In this exercise, we are asked to recompose the second movement of the Italian Symphony by Felix Mendelssohn. Not all the movement, of course, just an excerpt from this movement, and by dragging the colored bits as we usually do. And there is one particular thing in this exercise, and it is that it is made of 3 parts. And we have the first part there and already there, and the other parts will unlock as soon as we have solved this first part. So let's try to listen the first part there. We are there, and then we climb up to this note here. So this is the orange fragment, and in this exercise there isn't any randomness involved, so the first fragment is the first thing that you will have also in your exercise, and it will be colored orange as well. So we continue with the second one, and then what happens? Well, the first fragment repeats itself there, and then we have another one. So our distant repetition, well, we can find it here because this first fragment repeats identical there. Let's check if everything is in place. It is, so the second part is now unlocked. And in the second part we are going to zoom into the first fragment there. So we are going to look closely to the orange bit and to see what happens inside this orange bit, and we discover that the first part there is followed by the second, of course, but then repeats itself, and there is another ending there. So look at what happens. The same structure that we have here in the at the phrase level, well, we find it again if we look inside the first measures. Let's check it and discover what? If we just consider half of this, the violet and the green fragment, we can find out that we have another repetition, another distant repetition, exactly the same structure. In this case we are going to zoom so far inside, so deeply inside this fragment, that the unities, the fragments there, the bits are one note in this case. But this is the A note there, and it's okay. Second fragment, and then again the note. And then I would like to repeat it again, but to be honest, there is a slight variation in harmony, so even if the melody is the same, if we consider a melody, there is an exact repetition, but the harmony is different. So let's use another slightly different color there, and let's finish like this and like this. And this is what happens. I would call this a fractal structure, where fractals are these beautiful structures that you find in nature, in plants, and in coasts, and in many places in nature, in which what you have, the form that you have in the big picture, well, you find it at every level of this picture as you zoom inside this, and it's exactly what we have here. The big phrase there with this repetition, the medium level with the beginning of the phrase and this other repetition, and then the half of this with another repetition of just one note in this case.